Hi, Haley. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for coming in to see me today. Before we get started today, I do just kind of want to talk to you a little bit about confidentiality. I just want to make sure that you have a good understanding of that before we get started. Confidentiality means that everything that is said in this room will stay between you and myself, but there are a few stipulations to that. If you are a harm to yourself or to others, I will have to report that to my supervisor, just because we want to make sure that you're protected and that others are protected as well. And if I am court subpoenaed, I do have to report that to the court. Anything in our sessions will be available to the court to a certain extent. And if that were to happen, we can have that conversation together and we can actually really talk about on a real level what other people would be allowed to see. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. If you have any questions about confidentiality throughout our sessions, please stop me. We can go back and talk about that farther. It's completely up to you how these sessions go, okay? So what brought you in today?
Well, I have a lot of stress with school and like with friends, but mainly right now, I guess, with one of my friends because I feel like she's just doing a lot of out of the box things that she would normally do. And I feel like it has to do like with her breaking up with her boyfriend and having to like move out of her apartment. But I find more now that like she's trying to egg me on to do things that like I don't want to do, and she doesn't understand the word no. And like I feel like I make her mad when I say no over and over again, but like I'm gonna stand by my word regardless. Like no is no for me, and it's annoying to deal with, and like we work together, so like I feel like it's also putting a strain on our relationship too because we work together, and like she's always like, hey, hey, hey. I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah, well, that sounds like it can be really frustrating. It sounds like you feel a lot of pressure from this friend.
Yeah.
But it also sounds a little like you have a certain responsibility to this friend. Like you may feel a bit responsible to hang out with her and to be there for her. But when it's not always in your best interest, it's hard to continue to say yes. Does that sound right?
Absolutely, yeah. Because like the thing, like, so she just moved to Shack Bay, and I live all the way home. It's a good 45-minute hour ride. And she'll be like, hey, come drink with me. Hey, come drink with me. And I'm like, are you drinking because you're depressed? Or are you drinking because you just want, like, that's what you find to be fun? But regardless, like, I drink maybe once, twice a week, maybe. I don't drink every day. So, like, that, and then I do feel responsible, like you said, because all of this has happened to her. So I feel like I need to be like that strong friend, like for her to come to. And I don't want her to not come to me, but also I don't want to drink with her 24/7. You know, like I just don't.
It sounds like you just want her to find healthier avenues for herself. And I think too, you know, living in the place that we do, our culture doesn't exactly help with that.
No.
Especially, you know, you living in Homa, her living all the way in Chack Bay. She may be feeling a little alone there and maybe looking for a good support system.
Right.
And I think that you are a good support system and you just want what's best for her, you know. But I can understand why that would be stressful for you. You know, you want to be that confidant for her. You want to be that support system, and she may not be ready for you to support her in the way that she truly needs. Have you thought maybe about going with her to these places, but maybe not drinking yourself, or do you feel like there's too much pressure there?
I've thought about it and I have. And she has pressured me, and again, I've stood my ground and told her no because I'm a big advocate for not drinking and driving. Because I did almost lose a family member due to drinking and driving.
Wow.
He wasn't the drinker, but still, all in all, I did almost lose a family member to drinking and driving. So, like, I made a pact to myself: I would never drink and get behind the wheel of a car. So, like, I feel like she just gets aggravated with me because I say no, but I'm saying no for a deeper reason than just to say no. I'm keeping me safe and I'm keeping everyone around me safe. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And thank you for sharing that with me. I'm sure that must have been a real trauma to experience. I'm so happy that everything did work out for the best, but I can see why that would affiliate some emotions for you, you know, towards just going anywhere to drink. You know, obviously you get one place, you have to get back to the other. And so it's always that constant thought, you know, but I think that now that I'm hearing you correctly, you know, you feel this responsibility to your friend to be there for her, but you also feel a responsibility to yourself to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself safe, and the other people around you, strangers that you don't know, just keeping others safe as well. I do want to go back though, you know, you saying that you have gone with her, you know, when she wants to drink and maybe you don't drink and maybe you can just be there to listen. I think that it would be beneficial, you know, if you wanted to be there with her in maybe a healthy way. I would encourage you, you know, to maybe spend that time with her if you felt comfortable and then maybe be her ride, you know, say, I'll absolutely come with you. However, you need a ride, I need a ride. Why don't I just drive tonight? You know, and give her that sense of support. Give her that sense of someone who's willing to listen. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Try that out.
But I can see why that would be stressful, you know. I know that at the beginning you were saying that just a lot of things have been stressing you out though, you know, and I want to make sure that you're taking time for yourself and to take care of yourself. Because it sounds like you're taking care of, you know, her, and I'm sure she's not the only one, you know, that you're taking care of. Have you been taking care of your own mental health in any way?
I try to go to the gym every day because like the gym is kind of like where I get all of my stresses out because it allows me to like think things out and run until like I can't anymore kind of thing, which I've been doing for a while. Actually, I've been doing since me and my ex-boyfriend broke up probably 3 years ago. I've been doing it since then, and it makes me feel good, so I just keep doing it. It's kind of my outlet, and then also like I like to read and listen to music as well, so like those are my other outlets. But then again, like sometimes within the crazy week that I have with school and then like all of my like extra school things to like counseling people and stuff, it's hard to find time to work out every day like I've been, but I still try to make it a priority. I try to make time in my life to work out. So
yeah, I mean, this seems like your self-help avenue, and I think that you said it best. This is just kind of a way for you to de-stress, you know, for you to really get that out there. I think that going to the gym is a great self-help tool, you know. I think that it does get rid of a lot of those, you know, emotions that are maybe a little bit built up, and you know, those endorphins kind of rush into you all at once. I do want to go back though, because you said that, you know, you and your boyfriend had a breakup and it was 3 years ago. Going back to your friend, do you think that that's why she is finding comfort and talking to you? Maybe because you had a similar experience?
I think it could be possible, and in the sense she was actually there when me and my ex-boyfriend broke up. So I mean, maybe it is possible that she does look up to me as like that person, that all-knowing person about this all-knowing situation, because she watched me go through it, and I guess I can say like, you know, I am a strong person, and I guess people tend to look up to me for that. So I mean, yeah, I think that could be a possibility too, that she looks up to me because I handled it with such strength and resilience that she wants to do the same, and she wants to know how I did it. So
yeah, absolutely. Now I want to ask you though, I mean, you know, it's great to think of yourself in such a positive light and such a positive attitude and say that you are strong. I think it's really important every day to give yourself certain affirmations, because there are certain things about ourselves that, you know, we want to be humble about, but it's okay to be open about that with ourselves and say like, I am a strong individual. You know, was there anything that you did, you know, in your past breakup experience that you found was a healthy avenue to cope that you could maybe suggest to that friend?
Yeah, kind of like I said, like that working out thing, and like I've offered for her to come with me. I was like, hey, like, you know, come with me, come work out with me, and like she's taken me up on it a couple times, but I like to do cardio. She likes to lift weights, so it's kind of like, oh, like we're in the same place together, but we're doing different things. And like the reason why I do cardio is because like it's kind of all I know. Because in high school, like played soccer, so like all we did was run. Like we ran 5 days a week from 2:15 to 5:30. Like that's what I know. And like she didn't really do sports in high school, so she's like, oh, I'm gonna lift weights. But also I feel like maybe the gym might bring memories back of her ex-boyfriend, because he was a power lifter and like he went to the gym a lot. So I feel like maybe that's why sometimes she doesn't come to the gym with me. which makes sense. But I always tell her, I'm like, hey, like, it's always open. I'm like, if you want to go get supper after I'm done, we can go do that too. If, like, you know, I try to be open and as flexible as possible.
Absolutely.
Which we did go eat, but then again, like, she drank, but she was driving her own car, so like there was no way for me to drive her car home to get back to my car.
Yeah.
So.
And I think too, you know, as we were talking about you feeling that certain responsibility, I think it's also important to know though that you are not in complete responsibility for someone else's actions. You know, I think for your personal sake, like you can do so much, you know, and I think that you're looking out for her in the best ways that you can. But like I said, I don't want you to feel that entirety of responsibility, because we are all in control of our own bodies, we are all in control of our own decisions, and I think that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be that, you know, almighty, strong, and powerful friend for her, and I think that it just contributes a lot to your personality. You know, you seem like a very open person, you seem like a very strong-willed person, but I'm sure that she appreciates everything that you're doing for her, you know. I do want to bring the focus back on you, though. I know that you were saying that this time can be really stressful for you, and you do, you know, we're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and you've been going to the gym and, you know, kind of relieving some of that stress. Is there anything that you would want to work on, you know, in our future sessions? Is there any goals that you want to meet while you're here with me?
Maybe like some time management and actually making like a schedule, like a set schedule, because like I try to make a set schedule and like I'll make a schedule, but like I'll never look at it again. Like I'll make it and like it's there, but I don't look at it, and then like I'm scrambling, like, wait, what did I have to do today? What? So like time management and making a schedule and following the schedule and actually looking at it. Yeah, and then like maybe with that being more organized with my life, because I'm very scatterbrained all the time. I don't know how I make it work, but like I'm scatterbrained and I make it work. So yeah, maybe some of those things for sure.
Absolutely. And in those time management, you know, we can still fit time in for you to take care of yourself, and we can fit time in for you to take care of others as well. But I think it's also very important, you know, to have that time management, to really allot like certain amounts of time to make sure that you're getting your schoolwork done. Do you work outside of going to school?
I do. I'm a graduate assistant, and I do sales at the local scrub store on Fridays. So I have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And I go to school.
Yeah, so busy girl. So I think that time management is going to be really, really beneficial to you. I think it's going to alleviate some of that stress that you feel on your shoulders. But like I said, you know, there's no issue in time management and like also time managing, you know, the care for yourself, the care for others, your schoolwork, your work, your social life, you know, but just taking that time, you know, and really organizing it in a way where you don't feel overwhelmed by one piece of the puzzle. Because you've got a very big puzzle going on. You have a lot of pieces that are applying in your life, you know. I definitely think that's something that we can work on in future sessions for sure. I think that I would want to challenge you, though, for our next session to maybe bring in a planner of some sort, whether that be your phone or a paper planner. You can find those at any convenience store, you know, and maybe next time we can work on listing the things that we would like to have organized, and just have that general list. And maybe we can have stickers, decorate, color code, you know, anything that you want to do to make this personable for you, to kind of add to that excitement. You know, we can make time management fun. We can make time management something that you're willing to look at and not just throw back in your bag once we're done with it, you know. So next time I think that I want to challenge you, maybe bring in a planner, and then we can really kind of talk more about that, try to alleviate some of that stress. And then I would love next time for us to touch a little bit more about your mental health and your stress relievers and self-help tools, to really get to know Haley, you know, and get to know you a little bit more. All right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in to see me today.
All right. Absolutely.